Hello there everyone and welcome back to Sawyer Studios. Today we are going to be talking about what does it mean when a LEGO fan says price per piece. I mean, if you're new to LEGO, if you're new to collecting LEGO, if you're new to buying LEGO, if you're new to interacting with LEGO people, because let me tell you, we are a breed. It's kind of a cult. It's like just saying if you don't think that buying LEGO is cultish or the people around, then you're probably not a true fan. If you have entered into the realm of this buying plastic colorful objects and putting them together to make beautiful pieces, then you might need to know, what does it mean when people are saying price per piece? I mean, there are certain lingo that LEGO people need to know if they're gonna be LEGO fans. First off, it's LEGO, not Legos. Don't know where that started, but you don't put an S at the end of a brand name. Makes no sense. So plural LEGO is just LEGO. Like, look at all the LEGO. I have a lot of LEGO. I'm building with LEGO. There you go. That is one way you can instantly snuff out someone who is not a LEGO fan. If they say Legos, and it's like, nope, so gotcha. It's sort of like, if you have an undercover cop and you have to put them through some tests, it's sort of like the LEGO fan polygraph. It's just like if they say Legos, if they slip up, then it's like, oh, got him, we got them all. Anyway, with that out of the way, price per piece. This is another lingo term that people will say. And I have to say, I think most people, there's a misconception here, because for the longest that I have been collecting LEGO, I mean, for a good portion of it, the general rule, and this is based on just average of everything. The general rule is that you can tell if a LEGO set is well priced or not well priced by the price per piece, meaning going off of 10 cents per piece is essentially what you're going to be using. So if I take one of these LEGO boxes, such as the bookshop, this has 2,504 pieces. If we're doing 10 cents per piece, you take the little decimal point and you plop it right at the end in between those last two digits. And so the nice price that you would want this to be at is $250.40. Exactly. That is how that works. So now it's kind of understandable when you have people say, oh, well, this set is like 40 bucks and it has 262 pieces. That's not a good price per piece. And then you're like, what's price per piece? And then they're like, well, price per piece is this, man. And you're like, no, I don't. Can you explain it to me? And I just did. So there you go. You're welcome. I've got you guys. But here's the thing. Price per piece, it varies between the different LEGO themes. And I don't know if you knew this, but I'm here to tell you and to inform you and to help you with your ignorance, because I too was in your shoes. And now prepare to be enlightened. So on average, out of all the LEGO themes, these are what the price per pieces are. And they do tend to be around $10, and some of them don't be around $10. It's very interesting. For example, in the architecture sets, voila, architecture. Architecture, usually it's around 8 cents per piece, which this makes sense because in architecture sets, most of the time, you're building with small pieces. And I think it's important to note before we continue on with the themes, that the size of the piece does in fact matter. I know lots of people were complaining about the ISD, the UCS Star Destroyer, because it has 4,784 pieces. It was $700, and they were like, whoa, the price per piece ratio is so off. And I'm like, whoa guys, chillax. There's a lot of big pieces in the UCS Star Destroyer. Like, that thing is practically the same size as the UCS Millennium Falcon, and the Millennium Falcon was $800. So, yeah, I mean, it definitely feels like $700 worth of LEGO, because you get a lot of big pieces. So obviously, it doesn't cost LEGO the same price to build a big piece than it is to build like a little stud like this or something. That's obviously going to be cheaper. Common sense, guys. So for example, the next LEGO theme, the art theme, that's gonna be around 4 cents per piece because it's mainly studs. I mean, practically it's like just studs, man. Hey, did you know that Mr. M&R Productions always calls his viewers studs?
Does he really?
Because it's like a pop.
I'm never gonna say that word again.
What's up, studs?
Brick sketches, 12 cents per piece. Why is that? Who knows? Still small pieces, but Lego's like, you know what? We can up those. Brick heads, 7 cents per piece. City. This was interesting. 27 cents per piece. And I think it's because there are a lot of big pieces in the city sets, let's be honest. There's a lot of those big molds, those big window molds. You have those big door frames and everything. So, you know, those tend to be more. And also, they're like more playability, and it's more like a dollhouse setup, and like you have all these like cars and stuff. And so, yeah, 27 per piece. There you go. The classic Lego theme, 63 cents per piece. So these, once again, are also a lot of big molded pieces. So I can sort of see that, but 63 cents, that seems like a lot. Collectible minifigures, that's because like a minifig is like 3. So obviously minifigs, although they are, the average minifig will be 4 pieces or maybe 5 pieces. It will be the legs, the torso, the head, the hair, and then maybe an accessory. So obviously you're gonna up the prices of each of those because it's a minifig. And minifigs are worth more than just regular stud, because you can get studs in many pieces, in many different sets. But when it comes to Lego minifigs, especially if they're like exclusive to one set, then it's like harder to find. So you also have to take that into consideration. Next we have the creator sets, 9 cents per piece on average. Creator expert sets, 8 cents per piece on average. DC comic superheroes, 12 cents per piece. And then Disney, 16 cents per piece. Disney is interesting because this is the thing that I think most people forget. And it's unfortunate because Lucasfilm is owned by Disney now. And so this whole Disney licensing and paying for the rights to do this stuff, that costs money. And so when it comes to buying Lego sets that are Star Wars specific, you can be like, oh yeah, this has the Disney logo on it. I mean, let's be real. What doesn't have the Disney logo on it anymore? But this has the Disney logo, which means that Lego has to put a couple of proceeds from this set, from the profit, to Disney. Meaning that they have to up this set price because, I mean, that's just, they have to make money too. So that's usually how it is. The Disney sets are, on average, more expensive than not. That's why you might be asking, well, you know, Lego Star Wars sets didn't used to be this expensive. It's like, well, inflation and also Disney. So if you want another reason to hate Disney, there you go. You can blame them for expensive Lego sets. We have Dots, 10 cents per piece. Duplo, 84 cents per piece, which makes sense. I mean, Duplo bricks are so flippin' huge. Like, that was expected. Huge! Education. I don't know what this is. Huh. Okay. Okay. This is as if Duplo and regular Lego bricks had a kid, midi-scale Lego blocks. I mean, it's not as big as Duplo, but it's certainly not as small as regular Lego. The Friends sets, 14 cents per piece. Harry Potter, 11 cents per piece. Hidden Side, 10 cents. Ideas, 8 cents, which I'm so thankful for because idea sets are great. Jurassic World, 16 cents. What are you gonna do? Marvel Superheroes, 12 cents. Mindstorms, 38 cents. That makes sense because Mindstorms, you have a lot of like battery stuff, packs that usually come with it, and that affects the cost and all that stuff. You have Minecraft, which is 10 cents. Minions, The Rise of Gru, 11 cents. Ninjago, 11 cents. Overwatch, 10 cents. Seasonal stuff like Christmas and all that stuff like that, 10 cents. Speed Champions is 7 cents. Star Wars, 13 cents. So this whole myth of 10 cents per piece for Star Wars sets, in all reality, it's more like 13 cents per piece. And I know, like, for people, it's hard to do 13 cents per piece in your head, because not everyone can be Asian. I was forced at young age to have mine the calculator. I taught myself calculus equations on back of milk carton. If I got below A on math test, parents be like, no rice for you. No, but in all seriousness, I'm pretty good at math. I don't think it's because I'm Asian, but you know, who knows? I'm not a doctor. Star Wars, 13 cents per piece. So like, you know, what essentially we can do, essentially take like the 10 cents per piece and they cut Lego some slack. And I think that would be a great way to figure out the price. Think about it this way. If Star Wars was 15 cents per piece, right? I chucked the box so after get it. If Lego was 15 cents per piece, what you would do, that you do 10 cents per piece. So this would be $26.20. The 5 cents would be half of that, which would be $13.25. Add those two together, you get $39 and... Oh, did I say 15 or 10 cents? I meant 10 cents. I don't know why I said 15. $39.30 would be 15 cents per piece. Now we're doing 13 cents per piece. So cut the difference between 26.20 and 39.30, and you get around 33, 4. Let's just say $34. So in reality, this should be $34, and you take into account that this set does come with 4 exclusive minifigs. I mean, 2 of them are repeated, but this one is, I mean, they're purple clone troopers. That's pretty sick. And you get an arm-plated Mace Windu. So with 4 exclusive minifigs with that, kind of makes up the difference for the $6. So there you go. That's kind of a good way of how to... I'm gonna have to get that again, aren't I? I'll stop chucking boxes, guys. Well, I have you. Do you know what this is? Yes. If you have heard of a mouse before, that means we have something in common. We both know what this is. And I think we should capitalize on this bond that we have, and you should subscribe. Because now that we have this connection, you know, across the screens, I think it'd be really beneficial for both of us. You subscribe, you know, we already have so much in common. I bet you breathe air, I breathe air. I mean, look at that. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Join the Story Studios community. You won't regret it. Stranger Things, 9 cents. Super Mario, 28 cents, which I mean, licensing with... That's gotta be expensive. So the Super Mario stuff, I mean, there's a lot of... Once again, there's a lot of big pieces in it, of course. And there's also that battery pack, and you have the Mario, you know, kind of like playable action figure that hops around the set and all that stuff. So there's more stuff going into it than just Lego pieces, so that makes sense. Technic, 12 cents. I was honestly expecting Technic to be more, but then I remembered, like, yeah, you do have all those connector, you know, like those black connecting pieces, so I was like, Lego Movie 2, 13 cents. Toy Story, 19 cents. Once again, Disney. Trolls World Tour, 13 cents. Video, 26 cents. I kind of understand why that didn't go so hot. Listen, Lego also just didn't do it well. Then the extra theme is 26 cents, which once again, I don't know what this extra theme is. That's such a ripoff, though. I mean, like, look at this. That's $3.99. Oh, now it's 20% off because they're realizing, no, people don't like them. So there's the price per piece by theme and what you're expecting to pay for each theme. As you can see, it varies a lot. 10 cents per piece, probably the easiest way to look at it. The question is, you know, do large Lego sets have a lower price per piece? This website, it's called BrickBox. An experiment, or just looked at data, not an experiment. Never mind. They did research. And if you were to take all of these small Lego sets, usually their price per piece is around 20 cents per piece. Small sets are any set that's considered under 1,000 pieces. Now this, of course, is, I mean, you know, it's not the best way to figure it out, because I think the best way to do it would be by theme. If you do all of Lego's small sets, which are, if you categorize that under 1,000 pieces, you'll have sets like Duplo, which obviously have really high price per piece because they're just big pieces. And you'll have other sets that Lego will try, I mean, like the Star Wars like 4+ sets, like they don't have a lot of pieces, but it's because like there's a lot of big pieces in it, and they still charge like $20-$30 for them. And I mean, there's not a lot of pieces. I think the ATST 4+ set that's coming out soon only has like 69 or 67 pieces in it, and they're charging $30 for it. It's like, yeah, that's like a outrageous number. So average 20 cents. Medium sets, which are Lego sets from 1,000 to 2,000 pieces, around 9 cents each. And then large sets, Lego sets that are over 2,000 pieces, around 8 cents price per piece, which is really nice. I really like getting a big Lego set and seeing like, oh, I really got a good deal price per piece wise. Like, it's always good to have that. This website also did research on price per piece based on retail price. So sets that cost under $100, average was 21 cents per piece. Sets from $100 to $200, average was 21 cents per piece. And then sets that were above $200 averaged around 15 cents per piece. So, yeah, that's also interesting. Once again, it's not by theme, so you have other sets that are you have these like random outliers that are influencing these. You have different, once again, you have the licensing of different companies that are influencing this decision, the size of the pieces, the molds and all that stuff. There is other stuff to take, there are factors to take into consideration. I mean, like, there's stickers, there's also printing, like printed pieces, the exclusivity, is that a word? Exclusivity of the minifig also matters. Whether or not LEGO has to make a new mold, or whether or not LEGO has to make another piece in a different color that they've never done before. And I've listened to a couple like LEGO interviews of the LEGO employees, and they're like, in each set they have like a certain quota of like, oh, this is the number of pieces you're allowed to ask for, like new pieces in different colors. Also, this is like the number of pieces you're allowed to ask for in like a new mold, because like that costs money, and that also expends resources that LEGO would not have to use if you need like different piece and stuff like that. So that also is to take into consideration. That's also why you might get a crap ton of stickers in a set, because they want to keep to a certain price point, but maybe they need a new mold. So it's like, okay, let's scrap the printed pieces idea. Let's go with stickers. So that also influences it a lot. But yeah, I hope this video was educational. I hope that you all learned something. I know that I learned something, and that is I should stop throwing LEGO boxes. Thank you everyone for watching this video. So hopefully if you're new to LEGO, you now understand a little bit better of what people say price per pieces. And maybe you can even school them. If they're just like a pleb and they're like, oh, it's 10 cents per piece. They're like, not for every theme. It's sort of like how people like know that dog years are like 1 human year is equal to 7 dog years, but actually dog years differ by breed, so you can also hit them with that. And now we look at that, we have even more things in common. We now know all those things that I just said, and look at that. So if you really haven't subscribed, I mean, you should. We're practically friends. I mean, yeah, we're practically friends. Anyway, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. This is Source 2. Join the Discord server. Click that bell icon in case it's not on, so you can get notified when I'm posting new content. And if you want any more LEGO stuff like this, leave a comment down in the description below and all that stuff. Yeah, that's really all I got for you today. So, Source Studios, peace out.